Our next guest was Kentucky's Department Commander for the 2010-2011 membership year. The Department of Kentucky was the only department who met their membership goals by the May target date, as Commander Foster mentioned. Mr. Phelps is going to talk to us about their turnover in membership. Please welcome Mike Phelps, Department Adjutant of Kentucky.
Thank you, Denise. Can everybody hear me okay? Good deal.
You can pull that out.
Yeah.
You want to hold it, pull it out.
Okay. Mr. Commander,
What are you doing there, Mike?
still giving me orders. Mr. Adjutant, National Vice President. Denise is leaving. I'm just starting to talk, but that's okay. No, she already told me she was going to leave. That's all right. Members of the head table, it's a real pleasure to be here today. I was in the registering yesterday, and Matt Herndon, where's Matt? Down here he is. Matt walked up to me and says, Mike, we'd like for you to say a few words tomorrow at our meeting about membership, how Kentucky reached number one. So I said, well, you know, Matt, I kind of had a preconceived notion you might say something, but really I don't have a prepared speech. But anyway, Matt, I'll say some more about Matt a little bit later. But again, it's a real pleasure and real honor. And thank everyone for the nice comments that you said about Kentucky. Thank you for recognizing me, but more importantly, thank you for recognizing the Department of Kentucky for the great job that Kentucky did last year. And we had a great team working together. We have our membership chairman back here, Ted Austin. Ted, would you stand up so everybody can see you? Ted's part of this. We have our now commander, our senior vice commander at the time, Doug Farley. Doug, stand up. Doug was part of this too. We had a whole department that was full. I see Mr. Bill Moore back here, William O. Moore Jr. Bill's a past department commander, standing. He didn't know what to wear today, but he's still here with us, and God bless him. We love him. Okay, now listen, I was at the 5 o'clock session yesterday with Commander Farley and myself. We went down, and Fang, we were sitting there, and Fang was up giving his presentation. And he says, oh, by the way, Mike Phelps is going to come tomorrow and tell us the secret, how we can all be 100%. I'm going to tell you something really, really fast. There's no secret, okay? It gets down to two things. Two things. Number one, it gets down to hard work, and you got to pay attention to detail. Those are, if you want a secret, that's it. Hard work, pay attention to detail. Now, let me elaborate a little bit on that. Okay, how many department commanders do we have? Hold up your hand here. Hold up your hand if you're a new department commander. So we have several. Now, my question to you, most of you have been commanders now for what? Maybe a month, a few weeks, plus or minus. Okay, how many of you have set your goals for this year? Hold up your hand if you set your goals for this year. Okay, this is what I want to tell you. Okay, 5 years from now, whenever people look back upon your year as being department commander, what do you want them to remember? That's what that should be your goal. And you should start communicating that from day one. Day one. What is your goals? Now, my goal was membership. I'm a 4-time past post commander, 100% post commander. So whenever I became department commander, my goal was to be a 100% department. I like the oratorical program, like the boys' state, the baseball, but I thought, what could I do 5 years from now? What did I want people to say? Oh, I remember Mike Phelps. Yeah, he was 100% department. I had no idea that we'd be number one, but I did want to be 100%. So I was committed to that. And all you department commanders out there, you have to be committed. You are the cheerleader. You've got to be out there leading your department, telling them that we will be 100%. You've got to do that. So that's number one. You have to have a department commander that's committed. Now, number two, attention to detail. I talk about paying attention to detail. Joe Gallagher is sitting here, IS man. I'm an OIS guy myself, an old mainframer. Every time we developed a project, we had to come up with a project plan. Whenever Dan Wheeler asked Joe for a project, Joe, he might say it was going to take us 6 months. Well, 5.5 months down the road, Dan doesn't want to hear, well, it's going to take us another 3 more months. So he has a plan. So our plan was, we had a big white board, put it right in the department, right behind the lady who processes membership. And on that board was every national membership goal. We had the national date, we had our actual membership number, And then we put another column called the Kentucky date. Our date was like 2 weeks prior to the national date. If we did not have our membership number by the Kentucky date, then Ted, Doug, myself, we were on the phone calling. We called department officers, we called past department commanders, we called district commanders, post commanders, membership people. We need membership. We're this close. And you know what? We made the first date, the first goal. You guys listen, September the 14th, 2012. I'm sorry, 2011. That's your first goal, your 50% goal. You know, if you're a baseball or if you're a sports person, if you're a coach, and you want to win every game of the season, what is the first thing you've got to do? You got to win the first one. You really have to win the first one. So membership, you've got to make that first membership goal. I stress that to you. Because once you make that one, the next one becomes a little bit easier. In our department, after we made about 3 of those goals, and we put all this information out on our website, we sent reports out to all the membership people, all the posts. Everybody knew exactly where we stood. Believe it or not, after about that 3rd goal, you could start feeling it. Everybody in the department, we're going to be winners. We're going to be winners. You know, victory's got 1,000 fathers. Orphan is a defeat, or defeat is an orphan. Everybody wants to be part of a winning team. And you could just feel it. We had districts competing with districts, posts competing with posts. But that's what it took. Attention to detail. I cannot stress it. If we have a secret, it's that whiteboard that we had posted in our department. Now, the renewals. Calling for renewals. Getting new members is very important. It's very important. But you got to work the renewals. You can't let them, you get them to come in the front door, but you can't let them go out the back door. So my goal was working the renewals. That's what I did. And what I always did, and I think National Adjutant Dan Wheeler, he said, Mike liked to pick the low fruit. Well, I like to work with the small posts that were close to making their goals. Matter of fact, I wanted all those small posts to be 100%. Because that way I could go out and tell everybody, look how many 100% posts we have. And to me, the easiest way to get it was to get those small posts. And so I worked those, and then we started working the larger posts. But that's what we did. I worked the renewals, quite frankly. I really, really did. And I encouraged Ted and our membership team. We all did the same thing. Now, post 200, what we call the DMS members that come into the department. I call them DS post 200. I don't know what their proper name is. But anyway, if we wanted to be 100%, we had to work the post 200 because we had a lot of people in post 200. I got to tell you a little story. Department of Kentucky had done nothing with post 200 for several years. We got some reasons for that. We won't go into it. But we started working post 200. Ted came in, we sat down, we ripped them up, the report that comes from National, we broke it up by zip code. We got all of that information back to each post. We encouraged them to work the post 200. We got a lot of transfers into our department from post 200. But what we did also in the department now, the post renewal cards that National provides us, now we got those out to the posts and the districts, but from the department level, we sent out those postcards 2 times. In the fall and in the early spring, we sent out the postcards from the department. And then in March, we also sent a letter on the department letterhead to all the post 200s that had not renewed. We explained to them how important it was for them, and we thanked them for being a member of the Legion. We asked them to transfer to a local post, but we thanked them for being a member of the American Legion and asked for their renewal. And our post 200 did really good. So those are the things that we did. Competition, I can't stress it enough. It was esprit de corps. I'm serious. Everybody in the department, they got this feeling. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. And we did do it. And I want to thank a couple of people real quickly. I want to thank Commander Foster and Chairman Billy Johnson because they're the ones that got us started on this thing. Whenever Ted and I met with the commander last year, and he knows it because we've discussed this several times, we begged and pleaded. We wanted a really, really low number. Okay? But he gave us a great number. He really, really did. And what we told him at the time, we said, Kentucky's been, we've been at the bottom of the totem pole for so long, our members are all beat down. Give us a number that is obtainable. And if you do that, we promise we'll go out and we'll prove to you that we can be winners. Kentucky, University of Kentucky, basketball, football, University of Louisville, basketball, football, Churchill Downs. We're winners. We were tired of being a loser. He gave us a goal. We went out and worked on it, and we thank you very much for getting us started. I want to thank Joe Gallagher here, the national IT folks. We bugged the crap out of them. I wanted reports. I wanted to know unpaid members. Give me them by post. And although the first couple of times we called and we were informed that we had the AIM system in our department, and I told Joe a couple of times, I said, yeah, but you don't know that little lady who takes care of the AIM system. Trying to get information out of her, it's kind of like painful. But anyway, Joe and his guys, they came through like troopers, and every time we asked for help, they gave it to us. Matt Herndon, I bugged him a lot. I mentioned it earlier. I bugged him. I called him all the time. How we doing? Where we stand? What can we do? Is this okay? And he was always right there. So really quickly, in summary, hard work. I can't explain it enough. Attention to detail. Your department commander's got to be committed. You've got to have good communication. We use the website. We sent paper reports out, and we're on the phone all the time. And we all work together. That's our secret. And just real quickly, I'm going to leave something with you. I heard this the other day. I thought it was really nice. Okay, it's nice to be important. It is nice to be important. But it's also important to be nice. God bless you.